Adults who carry around a backpack, what you got in there? Electronics, lunch bag. Remember that time when you desperately needed something and there were no shops around? My backpack has that thing. For work, laptop, charger, snacks, water, spare layer depending on the season, chapstick, phone charger, wallet, headphones. The standard stuff in a purse. I just prefer to keep my hands free. I live in a city, so usually groceries. I carry a backpack around at work. Water pouch, work gloves and a hat. Laptop, water bottle, charging cables, medication, deodorant. And I can use it to store more stuff as and when I choose. For everyone saying you'll leave Reddit if they ban third-party apps, where will you go? Outside. Probably going to try and cut back and use time for something more useful as opposed to finding a Reddit replacement. I'll just go back to reading more. Reddit is just something to distract me in my downtime at work. Books will work just as well for that. My mom's house. She won't know what I'm complaining about, but at least she'll make me some cookies. I'm still a bit out of the loop on this news, but I can say that if Reddit enhancement suite goes away, then Reddit will be 100 insufferable for me. I don't really use Reddit on my phone, so I have no skin in the game for those apps. I'll just have ChatGPT generate some Reddit-like posts to get my fix. Instead of looking for a Reddit substitute, I'm probably going to try and spend less time on it and use it for something more productive. Movie buffs of Reddit, what is your favorite fan theory for any well-loved and popular movie? Heavyweights is a prequel to Dodgeball. Tony Perkis White Goodman. Lord of the Rings, Frodo doesn't know Legolas's name. He never once says it, and in the end scene where everyone runs in to see Frodo in the hospital, Frodo yells out everyone's name in excitement as they come for Legolas, who he just stares at smiling. Then Gimli walks in and he's back to it yelling Gimli. Bill didn't die at the end of Kill Bill. Both he and Beatrix knew that the 5-point palm exploding heart technique was fake. Using it on him was Beatrix's way of saying, if you play along and play dead, I'll just take my daughter and go. The movie Batman Robin was actually an in-universe movie made by people that live in Gotham City. Napoleon Dynamite is what poor people are like in the Wes Anderson universe. Never argue with an idiot. They will drag you down to their level and beat you with experience. What's your best real-life example of this? Watching the news every day on social media. Reddit. Donald Trump, presidential debates. Damn, this comment section is a shit show. Smiley face. Love it. Even though they're wrong, they'll still carry on the argument, and then when you've convinced them, they'll say, yeah, that's what I said, trying to make you look the fool. Had plenty of arguments like that. I thought I had a no-lose argument going up against someone who believes in homeopathy. I left the discussion feeling like I lost somehow. Me and the person who replies to this comment will demonstrate this for you. Live. What did you learn too late in life? That not everyone has everything figured out. It's okay to be unsure about something, to be nervous, and put yourself outside your comfort zone. Just give it a go and see what happens. There was a saying that adults are just children, acting like they know what they are doing. Life moves fast, don't take it for granted. Take very good care of your teeth. The cavities from not flossing in your 20s will not appear until your 40s. That I am fucking awesome. Seriously. I really am. It took me far too long to acknowledge, but I'll use it now I have it. I am awesome. TLDR confidence. I'm not stupid, but I learned how to tie my shoelaces when I was 13, when I started watching YouTube. That's what I wrote, how do you tie your shoelaces? And from the hits, I knew I wasn't the only one. Patience. What fictional character had a fate worse than death? Probably most of the main characters in Black Mirror. Ted from I Have No Mouth, and I Must Scream. He's rendered a shapeless blob so he physically can't hurt himself, and given endless life so he can be tortured forever. I mean, Sisyphus is up there as one of the OGs. Wallace from the movie Tusk. The guy in the film adaptation of The Mist. Hodor. Anna from the 2008 French horror film Martyrs. The villain from the Black Mirror episode USS Callister. Diavolo. Prometheus. Can't imagine getting eaten by birds for all eternity. Arvin Sloane, alias, newly immortal and trapped in a collapsed mountain. Quinn, from the Old Guard. Was she still sane after hundreds of years of drowning to death every 5 minutes? I'm guessing for the sequel, if it ever gets made. No. Theon Greyjoy. What is a song that is an absolute banger that will never get old and always puts you in a good mood? Rubber Band Man. Three Little Birds. Bob Marley. 8th grade teacher blasted this song after the final bell. How it stuck with me today. Egg. Today I'm having anxiety and I played it earlier. September. Earth, Wind and Fire. Fleetwood Mac. The Chain. The Middle. Jimmy Eat World. It totally got me through HS. Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra. L'Enfant Sauvage by Gojira. Dancing in the Moonlight. King Harvest. Don't Stop Me Now. Queen, Pump Up the Jam, M83's Midnight City, Tub Thumping, Radar Love Golden Earring, Gimme Shelter by the Rolling Stones, Sabotage Beastie Boys, Hadaway What Is Love, Return of the Mac Mark Morrison, Call Me Al, Holding Out for a Hero, Fat Bottom Girls. What is the weird flex you are proud of? I've finished 3 chapsticks in a row without losing them. One of my favorite composers responded to an email I sent him asking for feedback on a cover I did of one of his tracks. It was a lengthy and insightful response, and it really did make the 6 months of working on it all worthwhile. Edit for those asking, it was Chris Christodoulou's The Rain, formerly known as Purple, which you can check out my cover of here. I have survived a murder attempt and a run-in with a literal serial killer. After 30 years of being a couch potato, I started running in my 50s. 11 months later did a half marathon in a decent time for someone half my age. What is something the majority of people find important that you don't care about? Celebrity life in Hollywood, the biggest waste of time ever. Emo, the British royal family, name brands or luxury items. Social media like Instagram, Facebook and others, where you show off your personal life and status and constantly looking for appreciation from the virtual world. Celebrities, other people's business. Social status, it seems relatively unimportant and overblown to me. 98 of popular culture. 1. Reality TV. 2. Shows like American Idol, The Bachelorette, and that ilk. 3. Professional wrestling. 4. The love lives of celebrities. 5. The damned royal family, the Marvel Universe. Social media. Especially using your family and kids as content. Backing loads of degrees. What is the greatest fight scene of all time? Basically on Bach. You seem a decent fellow, I hate to kill you. You seem a decent fellow, I hate to die. Begin. Eastern Promises. Viggo Mortensen in the steam room. It was very violent and very realistic. Rowdy Roddy Piper vs. Keith David in That Alley in They Live. The hallway fight scene in the original Old Boy. Happy Gilmore v Bob Barker. Hitman vs. 10 Black Belts. Off the top of my head, I really enjoyed the fight in Troy between Achilles and Hector. Heat Bank Robbery City Shootout. Matrix Lobby Shootout Roof Helicopter. The Raid Redemption. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Mac and Charlie beat up kids. Matrix. I know King Fu. Then show me. Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon. Michelle Yeoh vs. Sejong in the Weapon Room. Gladiator. The Spaniard fights solo in Capua. What types of villains do you love the most? I love the villains who have a complex backstory and motives, making them a little relatable. Hot women who run drug empires. Ones that actually make sense. Not evil for the sake of evil, but because the world is bad and they want to change it. The ones that have a valid reason to hate mankind. Honestly, there are days that I just want an uncomplicated, mustache-twirling, evil is fun villain. Nothing wrong with complex or sympathetic backstories, but they're getting a bit overdone. Cunning. The hot ones with a tragic backstory. I really enjoy villains that are lighthearted and comedic, but truly evil when it comes down to their core. My favorite villains are singing ones. The campier, the better, like Bowie as the Goblin King, and Curry as Dr. Frankenfurter. Anti-villains. Morally gray villain. Chaotic evil. Hugh Hefner. What's a movie you like that everyone seems to hate? I quite like The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen upon seeing it in the theater. I was genuinely shocked to see nearly every review and Sean Connery's career disagree with me resoundingly. Drop Dead Fred. Waterworld. Evolution. One of the funniest movies of my generation. Edit. I've found my people. I bet you all like Emperor's New Groove, too, right? Surf Ninjas. Bubble Boy with Jake Gyllenhaal. It hilarious. Waterworld. The Postman. Dracula Dead and Loving It. For some reason this one gets a ton of hate, but I think it's just as good if not better than RH Men in Tights or other Mel Brooks movies of that period. What's the biggest know-it-all profession? I don't know about profession, but I feel in general when somebody has a single career and they smash it right out of the gate to find great financial success, it's easy to get tunnel vision and fall into the illusion that because you're great at this one thing you do, you must be just an overall superior person. In lesser terms, people who simply trust their gut and it worked out for them. I think it's less a personality type and more something anybody can fall into. Mom, I am an auditor and I am specifically hired to go somewhere where I don't know anything, learn what you do, then tell you if you are right or wrong. Do I know the science in a research facility, or every regulation in child care? Nope. But that doesn't stop me from going there, learning and correcting you anyways. Lawyers. Full stop. When do you know it's time to leave your job? When thinking of going to work becomes its own nightmare. However, find another job before you quit. Always. The fact you're thinking of it already says something. When your boss leaves a dead rat on your desk with a note saying you're next. When you're constantly using your time off options to miss work. When the alarm clock you set to go to it rings and you just think, fuck. When your happiness and growth are compromised. When people start thinking I'm a llama. I literally have a briefcase and a tie. That should 100 confirm I am just as human as you. When you dread going to work. When Mondays feel impossible. And if making a weighted pros and cons list, you can't really come up with any meaningful pros for staying in your job. When the thought of work makes you cry or puts you in a panic. When you hate your boss, and they won't help you make work less miserable.